Well, to mark her return from the Easter break, Catherine, the Princess of Wales, joined her hubby, Prince William, for a day of royal engagements in Birmingham. The couple stopped by an Indian restaurant, got an insight into life in the hospitality industry.
Stepping up for front-of-house duties, the heir to the throne took an unsuspecting customer's booking. This was funny stuff, much to Kate's delight, who didn't know he knew how to answer a phone.
Do we have a seat for two right now?
Right now?
Probably half two.
Maybe half two? Yeah, 2:30. In about an hour. Yeah, does that work for you? Not right now, no, apparently not right now. You're going to train at 3. You see you at 2:15. Okay.
Your name is?
Bye-bye.
Yeah, don't quit your day job, am I right? For more, we're joined by royal commentator Ange Mollard. Hey, Ange.
Do we hear the restaurateur say, and the name is?
For the people, he didn't get the name, but he did make the 2:15 booking, but apparently he gave them the wrong address.
Oh,
he didn't know and apparently the couple came into the restaurant afterwards, had no idea they'd been speaking to Prince William. So how gorgeous is that?
Right, lucky they didn't give him their credit card details. That would have been dodgy. They were well received. They're always well received.
This was a really interesting visit because it was a cultural visit, it was a community visit. They did lots of things. They played darts. They went to a kind of looked like a bar, and they were throwing darts around. But what was really notable for me was that William was very touchy-feely. He was putting his hands on people's shoulders. There's been a lot of criticism of late that he has quite a temper, and I think this was a really good publicity exercise. Plus, also, it's nice they're having fun. This is their day job, remember? Imagine if you did this every day. You've got to have a bit of a laugh.
Absolutely.
OK, so tick, we've taken the restaurant booking. Now we move on to the coronation. There's a specially commissioned Bible which will form part of the ceremony.
Yes, that's right. So it's not like they roll out the Bible from the Queen's coronation back in 1953. Each monarch gets a new Bible. This one's been made by Oxford University Press. It's in red leather. It's gold embossed. Very beautiful. Now, this is a tradition dating back to William III's coronation back in 1689, that this new Bible is produced each time. 4 copies. One is given to the King. Of course, the putting your hand on the Bible sort of underpins the coronation ceremony. One will remain at Westminster Abbey, and the King himself will take one, which will go in the Royal Library.
OK.
Lovely.
Now, Sarah Ferguson has been on the promo trail for her new book, and she found herself talking about ex-hubby Prince Andrew. Here's a little bit of what she had to say.
And with Prince Andrew, he's such a good man. He's a kind, good man. And I think the spotlight needs to come off him and let him get on with his life to rebuild.
Okay.
For the sake of your daughter.
We must mention...
And grandchildren. He's a very good he's a very good grandfather.
Yeah, spotlight not coming off any time soon. What did you make of that?
She's not really doing a book tour. She's doing an ex-husband tour, isn't she? And look, he's got nothing else to do, so of course he's a good grandfather. She's very much promoting her ex-husband. She really wants him. And look, to be fair, he probably has a very dull, very boring, unconnected life. But she makes a suggestion during this interview that he speaks to war veterans and gets out there and gives back. But you have to imagine, how will people receive him when you think of the allegations that have been made against in his connection with Jeffrey Epstein? So I think she's pushing that message uphill a bit.
It's dangerous territory. If I was her PR advisor, I'd say, don't talk about him.
Yeah. Keep it separate. Yeah,
I think so. But I'm not Fergie's advisor, so
No, although...
she can do whatever she wants to do.
No, but you're good with advice. You should maybe get her on Twitter. She hasn't got a blue tick now. You can just follow her.
I like this next one. Queen Consort Camilla's son, this is Tom Parker Bowles. He's spoken out in a podcast, and he's pushing back against Prince Harry, refuting Harry's claims that Camilla was playing the long game to marry Charles.
That's right. So in Spare, Harry makes the claim that the person that comes off worse is Camilla. He goes in to the jugular. He basically says that she designed it, that she wanted to marry him, that she had her eyes on the prize of being queen. Now, Tom, who's a really lovely guy, I know friends of friends that are friends with him, he's just a really delightful person. He just goes onto this podcast and he just makes the point that no, my mother was in love with Charles, and this is what's eventuated. And he gives a bit more detail about what life is like. He basically asks, he'd asked his mum if the England soccer captain was going to the coronation. He's only interested in that sort of thing. He's not a gossip, but he's very real. But it's a really good podcast. It was by Emily Maitlis, who of course did that famous interview with Prince Andrew. So yeah, nice guy, Tom Parker Bowles. He'll be at the coronation. His sister and their children are playing a role, of course, with when Camilla has the canopy held over her.
Nice he's defended his mum, but you would expect him to defend his mum.
You would, of course you would. Of course, but, you know, he's really speaking out against his stepbrother. Harry, of course, through marriage is now his stepbrother. But I think it's the closest person to the royal family who's actually made any comment on Spare.
Gee, it's a royal rift. We don't see that very often. Overnight, a new 5-part documentary was released, The Real Crown, Inside the House of Windsor. What did you think?
Look, there's not a lot new in it. If you're someone that loves, you know, to get close to the people that work for the royal family, they don't give much away. I mean, we learned that the Queen loved to have a sherry at lunchtime, that she wanted both Harry and William to go into to fight in Afghanistan. Of course, only Harry did. But you'd have to be a pretty rusted-on royal fan to sit through these hours because, yeah, they're people close to the royal family, but because they're close to them, they don't give much away.
The footage is lovely.
It is, and you're getting beautiful, you know, sitting rooms in parts of England that we wouldn't normally see. So,
Ange, I want you to stick around. I want you to see what I do with the King's Quiche a little bit later on.
Oh, are you baking it?
Well, there's a twist.
Where did you get your broad beans?
I got them from Broad Beans R Us. Where else would you get them?
Let's call it an interpretation.
It's an Australian interpretation. I think you'll like it.
Yeah, I'm not sure if you're cooking it. Could Kylie help?
Oh, no.
Thank you, Ange.